What's up, folks? I know this is going to be hard to believe, but this is what NBC News put out 2 days ago from NASA's new spacesuit designed to outperform those in Apollo program. Holy moly, folks. This place is a shit show. And if you believe this stuff, this cartoon fucking reality, you people are pathetic. Look at this shit show. It's getting worse and worse.
Ultimately, the goal
They don't even care anymore.
is this. We're going to Mars. And in order to go to Mars, we have to use the moon as a proving ground. We need to learn how to live and work on the surface of another world for long periods of time.
Oh, now we can go straight back to the moon. Oh, you people are pathetic. Nobody's going to the moon. Nobody's going to Mars. Nobody's getting above the firmament.
And in order to do that, friends, we need spacesuits. The Artemis generation is now revealing its spacesuits for our generation.
The only spacesuit they got you in is your own, you silly fucks. I tell you, people are so fucking silly. It's pathetic.
Let's take a look at the spacesuits of the Artemis generation.
Look at this shit show. Look, she can't even stop smiling. Or she's probably laughing her ass off. Oh yeah, these clowns back here.
So to be clear, Christine is wearing a spacesuit that will fit all of our astronauts when we go to the moon. And it is also true that we have with Christine Amy Ross, who is a spacesuit engineer, and we have Dustin Gomert, who is wearing not a spacesuit that we're going to have on the surface of the moon, but on the way to the vicinity of the moon. So these are our spacesuits for the Artemis generation.
Laughing
We've been working for a long
silly
time to
fucks.
build spacesuits that will do the job on the moon and going on to Mars. So basically, my job is to take a basketball, shape it like a human, keep them alive in a harsh environment, and give them the mobility to do their job. So one of the things we've looked at is trying to reduce the space here, make a smaller unit, display and control unit here, and get those shoulders to where she has a lot more mobility to move. So she's able to do a cross reach and get across the suit, as well as reach overhead, which they can't do today and couldn't do during the Apollo program.
Looks like
Then in
a-
addition to that, we also
It looks like a deep ocean or deep pool outfit. It's like a scuba gear. It looks pretty waterproof.
because this is the first time we've gotten to build a suit specifically for a planetary surface, we have a lot more mobility in the lower torso. So we have a waist bearing. We have a lot more mobility in the lower torso, specifically for a planetary surface. We've gotten to build a suit specifically for a planetary surface, because this is the first time we've gotten to build a suit specifically for a planetary surface.
A planetary. You people are pathetic. That's why they give you planetariums to go see.
We have
this
a lot
shit
more
show.
mobility in the lower torso. So we have a waist bearing, and we have 3 bearings on the legs, as well as a flexion extension joint here at the waist. And that gives Chris a lot of capability to move around and do whatever tasks we might need to do for science and maintenance on the planetary
Don't look like
surface.
she's moving
So
too
just
good
so
to
everybody
me.
knows, Christine's spacesuit is under pressure right now. And that usually makes it very difficult to mobilize. And yet what is makes it very difficult to mobilize? Usually makes it very difficult to mobilize now. And that usually makes it very difficult to mobilize. And yet what is she doing? She's moving around. If we remember the Apollo generation, you remember Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they bunny hopped on the surface of the moon. Well, now we're actually going to be able to walk on the surface of the moon, which is very different than our suits of the past. So if you would, Amy, tell us a little bit about different than our suits of the past. Different than our suits of the different than our suits of the past.
Because they're sitting behind a CGI in a seat. Fucking silly fucks. They rub this shit in your face. I can't believe you fucking
So if
silly
you would,
fucks.
Amy, tell us a little bit about the thermal environment on the moon and how this suit is going to be helpful in that environment.
Yeah, we normally try to plan for a thermal environment that ranges from 250 degrees Fahrenheit to